Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Talk with the Titans, live from London, UK, all the way to the US of A and worldwide. I'm your host, Kalam, and this is Talk with the Titans. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh, family. We have a special guest for you guys today. As I said before, the world famous in the studios with us. Rigel, say hello to our audience, please.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm really looking forward to this chat.
Awesome. I was actually, introduced to Brit Girl. I think I was just flicking through. No, I wasn't flicking through YouTube videos, actually. One of my subscribers actually said to me, you know what? They posted a link. You need to check out Brit Girl's channel. Okay. And the moment I clicked on there, I was like, click. I was like, oh, what? And I started binge watching your videos. And I think the moment I actually started binge watching your videos, I hit the like button on a couple of videos, and then I made a quick comment on there. And straight away, within 5 minutes time, you responded back to me. And I was like, wow, okay. All right. She looks out for her YouTubers, her fan base. That's awesome. So Brit Girl, I want to know, how exactly did you actually get started? And, how did you get, politicized, should I say?
Well, I was fortunate enough to never needing to be red pilled. I was brought up by sort of conservative parents, but they were classical liberals in the original sense, that they were free speech, democracy. And I was brought up always to believe that. So I never needed to be red pilled. And I was never really interested in politics until I had my daughter. And then everything starts to matter, doesn't it? When you've got no kids, you can just take off. I started to look around and I joined UKIP, and I stood in the local elections, in the last local elections for them. And after that, this Brit Girl didn't exist at this point. It all came about after the leadership election.
Let me just right. Mike is
My mum's president. Is that better?
Yes.
Right, we'll do it that way then.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, Brit Girl hadn't been born at that point. When Anne-Marie stood for the leadership elections, I took particular offence to everyone being called right-wing and Nazis for having genuine concerns. And so I posted a video asking how it was far right to care about freedom, democracy, stand up for gay rights, women's rights, children's rights. And I was blocked by several members of UKIP. And I put this video online, just to put it on a UKIP group, expecting maybe a couple of people to see it. And it's my first video on my channel called The Unanswerable Question. And it went viral. I had 3.5 million views in a couple of weeks. It went everywhere. And everything sort of exploded. It went all a bit crazy. At this point, I was just using my own name, and it wasn't even Brit Girl. And people asked me to do more videos and talk about different things. And I discovered the Barcelona Declaration. So I did that. I did my video on the Barcelona Declaration, and again, that went viral. I actually got £3,500 in revenue from advertising for that video, which YouTube stole off me 2 days before they were due to pay me, because they deemed it hate speech. And then a week after stealing my revenue, they said it was fine and I could upload it again, but I wasn't getting the money. And I've had 5 Facebook accounts taken. I've had countless. I'm permanently banned from Twitter, just for nothing I say is controversial. It's just common sense. And anyone with half a brain should realize that the country is in steep and rapid decline in all areas: morality, men's rights, and it's heartbreaking to see, and how quickly it's declining. So YouTube and Facebook and Twitter are doing everything they can to silence me. They've taken 120,000 subscribers off me. They've deleted countless videos. Then they've added them again. They mess about with me constantly. But once you've opened that Pandora's box, and once your face is out there, you can't really put it back in, as I'm sure you know. So you just got to keep going, really. And I hope it's all not for naught in the end. But in the meantime, I'm loving being Brit Girl, and I love just speaking the truth, really, and sharing it to people and letting them discover things that I discovered. And Yeah, I love it.
Awesome. We're gonna get into some of those truths momentarily.
Yeah.
First, okay. But first, I'm gonna do one of my first shameless plugs, and it's not actually my shameless plug. It's actually Brit Girl's shameless plug. So earlier on, she was talking about, if you haven't already, please, I'm actually asking my audience, please go ahead and go and support Brit Girl. Her channel is right over here. Just type in Brit Girl via YouTube, or you can simply go down below, just right here. Okay, I've got a nice little link here, a short link right here. If you just click it, it will take you straight to her page. And what I'm asking you guys to do is go ahead and support her by hitting the subscribe button. Okay, hit the subscribe button and check out the video that literally slingshotted her into the media and into being Brit Girl. This video originally got over 3.5 million views. So please go and see the video that got Brit Girl to be viral and got Brit Girl to be literally banned. Okay, banned from
I'm dangerous.
from YouTube and other social media. So please check it out and see what's actually going on, because there is just an air of silence that's taking place via social media, where they're literally trying to clamp down anybody with an alternative viewpoint. Okay, so let's actually get it in. Let's get it in, because this is one of my first videos that I was actually introduced to via Brit Girl. Where is it? 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 It's not coming up. Okay, I think I've watched too many. It's taking its toll. So let me go into, I want you to please discuss with us, okay? There's two declarations, okay? There is the Barcelona Declaration and the Marrakesh Declaration. I believe the first one that I saw was the Marrakesh Declaration. The Barcelona one is a recent phenomenon, I believe.
No, other way around.
Other way around. Okay, yeah, the Barcelona Declaration is the original one. That's to do with the Mediterranean region.
And mostly the Middle East and the Northern Europe and places like that.
There we go.
Right.
So I'm gonna let you just take it over and please, break it down for us.
Well, actually, there's 3 declarations, and this is where the confusion's coming in. I was chatting to somebody in the comments on your video that you posted earlier to promo this chat, and he was saying that it's a conspiracy, that there's nothing wrong. And it's because there's 2 Marrakesh declarations, and this is what people don't realize. There's the Marrakesh Declaration for religious minorities, persecution of religious minorities of 2016. And that is specifically to deal with the persecution of minorities, and to, particularly in the Islamic world, to make lives more tolerable for Christians and Jews living in Muslim majority countries. And that's great, fantastic, we love that. But the declaration I'm talking about, which is the Marrakesh Political Declaration of 2018, and this is specifically regarding mass migration from African countries, 27 of them to be precise, the poorest sub-Saharan African countries. And they've basically opened the floodgates, just like they did with the Barcelona Declaration. Now, that was from 1995. That was signed in Barcelona, obviously, in 1995. And that was an agreement for Middle Eastern countries and Northern Turkey to basically do what we've seen, flood Europe with migrants under the guise of them being refugees. We know they're not refugees because only 14% of them are coming from war-torn countries. So it's the corruption and just the fact that who voted for these? Did anybody get a vote on whether or not we should open our beautiful country to anyone who wants to come here from any country, from any culture, without any vetting, without knowing who they are, what they believe, what they do, what they think, or any criminal backgrounds? They just open them. And you cannot run a civilized society like that. It just doesn't work. And now to find out that they're doing it yet again with the Marrakesh Political Declaration of 2018, opening us the whole of Europe. The only countries that didn't sign it, obviously, were Hungary and Poland, because they knew exactly what this declaration was. And basically, from next year, we will have yet more migrants flooding into Europe from African countries, and there's not a damn thing that we can do about it. So the corruption within our government and the things that they do behind our backs is genuinely terrifying, and people need to wake up. These aren't nice, friendly little agreements to make the life better in their home countries. This is an agreement to allow legally millions upon millions of third world migrants to come here, and we've got to foot the cost for it. We've got to, where are they going to live? Our houses are oversubscribed. We have a housing shortage. Our NHS is falling apart. Our schools are oversubscribed. The roads are gridlocked. I mean, we are an island and we are very small. We cannot fit any more people on it, especially those whose fundamental beliefs are at complete odds to Western values. It makes no sense. We cannot allow such a massive shift in the population so quickly and so without any organization or anything. It's just bedlam, and it's going to get worse, and it's truly terrifying just how ignorant to it people really are. So that's basically what I speak about, is trying to get people to realize the corruption within the EU and what's happening. And it's not our friend. It's never been our friend, and all it does is destroy.
All right, give me one hot second, family. I know you guys, want. Sorry, I cannot moderate at present. Please, moderators, make sure that the chat section is in order. But first of all, I just want to share everything with you guys. You know what we love to do over here is to make sure that we inundate you with sources that you can actually go off and do your own research, okay? We're not trying to raise sheeps on this channel. We're actually trying to raise free thinkers and critical at that, okay? So if you go literally to the bottom in the description box right here, okay, we've got Brit Girl's channel. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. But if you go right here, I've actually posted the link for the Barcelona Declaration and the Marrakesh Political Declaration, so you can actually get yourself abreast of what exactly Brit Girl is talking about and what, Europe is doing, what, our country is actually doing itself. So right over here is the Marrakesh Political Declaration. It talks about the migration of, it talks about the migration and a few other things in there as well. Like, just have to go off and do it in your own time. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go through everything. And over here is the Barcelona Declaration as well. So you may just want to go through it as well. But I'm pretty sure there is a few other sites that are available that actually breaks it down in a very simple, easy to digest manner. Okay, but these are the two sites that I just want to make sure that you guys go off, download the PDFs or go onto the websites and read them up yourselves. Okay, come back to you.
It's all on all the websites, the EU website, Barcelona Declaration, the Marrakesh Political Declaration, it's all there. If people actually want to know about this stuff, it's there. Instead of sitting there in the comments saying that I'm a racist and that they're disappointed in you, Kalam, for having a racist on their channel, what I say to you is, you're exactly what Kanye West talks about. You're a political, you're a brainwashed, you're on the plantation of the mind. That's exactly where you are. You are oblivious to what's going on. This is nothing to do with skin color. This is nothing to do with race. This is to do with our country actually being overrun with people whose ideology doesn't match with ours. And there's nothing wrong with being concerned about that when you see how the demographic and how the country is changing already. Don't tell me you look at London and the stabbings, 13 stabbings a day in London. You only hear about the ones that are fatal. So the 60 murders that we've had this year, that's irrelevant. There's 13 stabbings a day of young majority black men in London every day. This is happening because of poverty. Poverty is there because of mass migration, because housing is so expensive, because there are hordes of people who come into this country unregulated and work illegally. This is a genuine concern that everyone should have, regardless of what you're. I'm so sick of the fucking word racist. It's nothing to do with your goddamn skin color. Everyone should be concerned about this. Everyone. It's nothing to do with race. This is Saudi Arabia and the likes being brought. Wahhabi and Salafi Islam, she has no place in anywhere other than the Dark Ages. We have 70 mosques, 70 Salafi and Wahhabi mosques in Britain, and it's growing exponentially, year upon year upon year. And if you're a moderate Muslim, as most of you claim to be and they're peaceful, you should care about this too. You should care about ISIS terrorists coming in. This is fuck all to do with skin colour. This is to do with our society being irrevocably changed. And it's genuinely scary that people think that they can just shout racist at someone and that's the basis of an argument.
I think the only reason why they shout racist is to shut you up. That's the only thing.
Going to shut me up.
Okay, family members, okay? I actually want you guys to just, take some time, okay? Take some time, okay? Listen up to what's being stated, okay? And I would love for you guys actually to just have a pencil, have a paper, a pad right next to you and write down the points that Brit Girl is actually raising at present, okay? And then try to digest it, reflect on it. Do you agree or do you disagree with what she is stating? Yes or no, okay? I know you're saying, oh no, some of us may be of African descent. Oh no, but we want more Africans to come into this country. Yay, more black people and so forth. At the same time, you're the same individuals that are complaining that, the NHS is rubbish. There is poverty, there is no jobs, and there's, all of these things are actually, occupying, the UK at present. All these negative things are occupying the UK at present. Now, just ask yourself, if more and more people come into the UK, okay?
Millions.
Millions,
12 million are coming to Europe.
12 millions are coming to Europe, okay? How is that going to position you? How is that going to position your lifestyle? How is that going to position your children and your children's lifestyle? You have to think long term, not just short term and based upon emotions. Think rationally. Think about the arguments that are being raised. Even if you don't agree with them, just take some time out, okay? Because, is it Aristotle? I believe it's Aristotle that said it's the mark of a well-educated mind to entertain an idea or a thought without having to actually accept it to being true, okay? So just entertain the thoughts, entertain what Brit Girl is actually stating at present, and see whether your worldview, how your worldview reflects her worldview, and see if we can actually open up a dialogue or a debate about this a little bit later on. All right, so let's get back into this. But first, okay, I'm going to take another little, break. Okay, we have over 250 people tuned in right now. We only have, 52 likes? 52 likes? Family, I'm not too sure if you are, here to, support Titans TV, or you're just here to waste your time. If you're here to actually support Titans TV, if you're here to support Brit Girl, beg you, please hit the like button, hit the like button, and let everybody know Brit Girl is live on Titans TV. We're opening it up, okay? We want to have dialogue. We want to hear what different people are thinking. Let me quickly ask you, Brit Girl, did you say you're from Red Hill?
No, I'm not from Red Hill.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Bradford.
Bradford. Okay. I was thinking for a hot second. What? Red Hill? That's just around the corner. All right. Let's get back into this, though. We were talking about the declarations. We were talking about the Barcelona Declaration and also the Marrakesh Declarations. Okay. So, please tell us, how is this having an effect on our lives? I actually want to know, what is the real world impact of these declarations on our lives today and in the next 10 years?
Well, the impact is massive. If people, again, in the comments saying, I'm scapegoating, I don't know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. I've lived all across Europe. I'm far from a little Englander. I speak 3 languages. Je hablo español, je parle français. So don't sit there and tell me that I'm ignorant or a little England. I've lived all across Europe. I've travelled all across it, and I've seen how it's changed. I'm from Bradford. It's my hometown. So to see how immigration changes a place, I've been in the heart of it for my entire life. I've lived in Greece. I've seen the destruction in Greece that's happened. 49% unemployment. 49% youth unemployment in Greece. That's half of the population. They've run out of money. They are so broke, yet every day more and more migrants turn up on their beaches and they're expected to house them and pay for them. So all across Europe, Sweden, I mean, anyone with any eyes can look at what's happening in Sweden, Rinkeby, Stockholm. You have to spend 2 minutes on YouTube and you can see 1,000 videos of what's happening. Women are terrified, people are scared, jobs are disappearing. And don't for 1 second think that I blame the migrants for coming here. If I lived in a third world country with no money and somebody said, get on a boat, of course I would take it. Who wouldn't? I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't blame them for coming here. I blame the government for allowing it in the first place. Instead of spending the billions upon billions upon billions it's costing them to bring them here and house them and give them welfare, for every one person they can help in Europe, they can help 12 in their own home country. So don't tell me that this is a humanitarian thing. Don't tell me that them bringing boatloads of people across the sea who are dying every day, who are making a perilous and treacherous journey unnecessarily to then find themselves homeless on the streets of Paris or in jungle camps, or the women, the few that make it over, being raped repeatedly in asylum camps. Don't sit there and tell me that this is a humanitarian thing, because for every one person over here, we can help 12 in their own country. And that's a UN statistic. That's an actual UN statistic. They don't advise this migrant crisis. So it's nothing to do with humanitarian. This is, people don't realise how insidious and corrupt the government are and what they're actually trying to do. Anyone who's read Agenda 21 needs to, I mean, if you haven't, you seriously need to. And it's a UN agenda. This is on the UN website. So again, it's not a conspiracy theory. And this is all to do with the destruction and the depopulation of the world. And people think it's just a conspiracy theory, and it's not. And you can see it happening. They are causing this hatred and this anger. They are stirring it up. They're the ones who are responsible for this. They're the identity politics, race wars, gender wars, trans wars, this wars, LGBT, this. Everyone is so angry and everyone's fighting, and they are doing it on purpose. They're orchestrating this, and we are just lapping it up. Everyone hates everyone. Everyone's a racist or a xenophobe or a snowflake or a lefty or a libtard or a this or a that. Everyone's got a label. And while we're all doing that, they're all in the background with their little puppet strings, manipulating us all to hate each other. And that's the truly terrifying thing. I hate no one. I just want to protect this country from my daughter. That's it.
Powerful, powerful. A few people saying it's Agenda 2030. Or is it Agenda?
It is Agenda 30 now. It's put back 9 years because of Trump and Brexit.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Earlier on you were talking about Bradford, and I'm looking at your T-shirt. I'm not too sure. What is that on your T-shirt exactly?
This, my No More Silence. This is an incredible charity. This is Maria's, which is Mothers Against Radical Islam and Sharia. And everyone should be against radical Islam and Sharia. It's run by an incredible woman called Tony Bugle. And she raises money by herself. And she gets women for out of forced marriages, Muslim women. She gets victims of grooming gangs out and away from the situation, gets them counselling, gets them help, gets them settled in a new life, where the government is failing them, where social services are failing them, where the hospitals are failing them. She's doing this in her own time, and she has built such a powerful movement. On the 20th of August, we are having a massive march in London. And we're trying to get women and mums and children out on the street. And this is to protest against the 212 Sharia courts in Britain who are treating women as less than a man, who are making women stay in marriages that they don't want to be in. They are forcing people into marriages. This is what I have a problem with. Extreme radical and literalist Islam. And we have some incredible women. We have Raheel Raza, who's from the Clarion Project, fabulous organisation. She's a Sunni Muslim, and she's working against extremism and radicalisation. And they're fantastic organisations. She's coming all the way from Canada. She's doing a speech. We've got Baroness Gupta, Baroness Cox, some other MPs, some really important people coming to support the march. And it's to say that we don't want Sharia imposed, we don't want blasphemy laws, we want to be able to talk openly about everything that's going in. The only way we will ever address the division and hatred within society is by talking about it. Calling somebody a racist because they want to address the very real problems of FGM, 200,000 cases since it's been illegal in this country, and not a single prosecution. Little girls are being mutilated. Little boys, I don't agree with circumcision, but at least it's done in a hospital. I mean, these are being done in back rooms. They're being taken to Sudan. They're being taken all across the world to have these procedures done in the holidays, and nobody's ever been prosecuted. This is abuse. It's child abuse. It's unnecessary and it's wrong. And we have protests against ear piercing. We have petitions against babies having their ears pierced. But it's okay to mutilate their genitals, and it's wrong. So this is a protest for women, by women. Men are, of course, welcome. But we're trying to get women to say, look, these are our babies. Stop hurting them. And we won't stand for it in Britain. We've come so far. We don't want to regress.
And if we would like to support this movement, where would we go to find out some more information, or even sign up to actually attend the meeting or the demonstration?
Well, most of the information is on Facebook. Maria's, Marias, and you can just Google Maria's. And the march is on the 20th of August. We're marching from Downing Street to Whitehall to Downing Street, and then there's going to be the rally and the speeches and everything that's happening. But we've got everyone coming, all walks of life, all shades, all races, all religions. We have an awful lot of Muslims coming, and this is something that should unify everyone, not cause division or hatred. We have to address these problems in our society if we're ever going to deal with them.
That's right. I'm quickly pulling it up right now. So if you guys would like to actually support, give me 1 second just to share my screen with you guys. And it is right here. Okay. So you can literally go on to, there's Madame Tony Bugle herself. Wow. All right. You can go on to marias.org.uk, Mothers Against Radical Islam and Sharia. Okay. And there is plenty of blogs on here. You can fill yourself up. You can get, further information. Tony Bugle, I've seen her on various different programs on YouTube. She's been on Russia Today. So please have a look, scroll through, read up, and, this is something new to you. This is something new to you. Please learn about the other side. Learn how, the other side, what, is how can I put it? Learn about the concerns of the other side. Okay.
What you have to understand about Maria's is she's actually genuinely helping practical women. This isn't about hate. This is about loving women who've been hurt and neglected, beaten. Some of the stories would absolutely break your heart, from girls who were 10, 11 when it started, and they're in their 20s now and it's still happening. She helps them literally to escape. We're talking, she gets them out in the middle of the night and gets them away miles so their families can never find them again. This is the sort of stuff she's dealing with. White girls, Asian girls, Sikh girls. This is all women. This isn't about race or anything else. This is about women who are victims of radical Islam that is spreading rapidly in Britain.
Okay, all right. And I know some of my audience members may be asking this question. Okay, are you against Islam full stop?
Now, I'm not against Islam, but I'm against Salafi Islam, Wahhabi Islam, Deobandi Islam, all of the literalist sects. The Ahmadiyya Muslims, I grew up in Bradford. They were, at the time, predominantly Muslims who had escaped and wanted to come and live in a Western culture, and they weren't really practicing Muslims. I grew up around them. They were beautiful people, like the majority of everyone is. But the problem is the more radicals move in, the more radical the moderates become. It's happened in every country that has become Islamic. I'm not ignorant to the history of Islam. It's 1400 years of domination, and it's always been the same. They've crept in, they've assimilated, the numbers grow, they take over, and then in comes the extremists, the Sharia Islam. And and the Saudi Islam, the Wahhabi, the Salafi, the literalists. And this is what I don't want. And the more the numbers spread, the more the possibility of that is happening. So no, I don't have a problem with Islam. I have a problem with the spread of it so fast, so quick, without any control over what's being taught in mosques, madrasas, Islamic cultural centres. We know that places like the Darul Uloom, that's now been shut down, thankfully, was teaching hatred. And these are mainstream schools. We can't monitor the 2,000 madrasas in Britain. We don't know what's being taught in them. These are genuine concerns. I've seen how it changes. In Bradford, where I live, this house, everyone lived together. It was fine. It was a nice mix. And the more that moved in, the more Muslims moved in, the whites moved out. And it became segregated. And this is what's happening because so many are moving in at one time. It's literally, that's then they're becoming segregated. This is becoming enclaves. This isn't a community. This isn't diversity. This isn't multiculturalism. This is loads of enclaves on an island that are all hating each other. And that's what I don't want. And I don't think anyone should.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow.
Can I just address this to was 13 Empress? Go and fight for equal pay from your own white men. I have equal pay, darling. We've never not had it. The wage gap is a myth.
All right. Family, don't forget the Islamic charities that are owned and funded by Saudi Arabia. Okay. So, family, what I would love for you guys to do, okay, is send me in some questions, okay? Send me in some questions. Brit Girl is definitely reading the comment section, okay? So what I need you guys to do, okay, is tag Titans TV, okay? Tag Titans TV. And if you can as well, tag Brit Girl alongside it, okay? Because she may be watching it as well. She might spot a particular question or comment that she would like to address. So if you do those two things, we both can see it because it highlights it to us, okay? All right. Now, let me quickly just move on. Let me think. Yeah, let's get people triggered. I want to talk about Trump. Let's talk Trump.
I love Trump. Don't get me wrong, I don't agree with everything he does or says. I think he's a bit of a buffoon at times, but I love the fact that he triggers so many people. He's challenging political correctness, he's challenging the fake news, he's challenging the fake shit that's being put out, he's challenging all of that, and he's keeping his promises. That's what I like about him. For the first time ever, there's a politician who's actually doing good. And the sheer amount of hours of YouTube videos of triggered lefties is the best thing. But yes, I do. I absolutely love Trump. I think he's fantastic. Just like I say, not everything. I don't agree with everything, but he's certainly shaking up the political world. That's for sure, and it damn well needed shaking up.
All right, and Trump's visit. Can you talk about that?
Well, he's coming on Thursday, isn't he? Okay. This week, 2 days. He's coming on Thursday.
For the country.
Yeah, he's here Thursday to Saturday. He's avoiding London because of the protests, and they're putting their 20-foot Trump baby balloon up, aren't they?
Okay.
Yeah. Sadiq Khan gave permission for them to fly a Trump baby balloon, 20-foot Trump baby, but it's backfired because they've now raised 50 grand to have a Sadiq baby balloon flown at the same time. It's all stupid. It's all ridiculous. And I just look at it and I think, people protesting democracy. I mean, really, it's the definition of fascism. It's insane.
Oh.
And to call him a Nazi and a fascist when he's the one trying to protect their Second Amendment rights, he's trying to protect the First Amendment. The world is twisted. It's just upside down, seriously.
Crazy. All right. Joe Hassan actually has a question. It says here, we presented a show on Salafi Wahhabi Islam. Why then is the UK one of the largest suppliers of weaponry to an oppressive regime? Lauren?
Because our government's a dick. It's an absolute dick, and I don't support it ever. So don't think that just because I'm English that I support us selling weapons to Saudi. I don't support our government. They're treacherous bastards, and I think they're the worst thing ever, to be honest. This world would do a lot better without the governments. If Guy Fawkes could just come back for like one night only, finish what he started, and then maybe we could start building a decent civilized society. But the government are the ones who are creating all the shit and the hatred and the anger and the animosity and all of the crap that's going on. So no, I don't support them selling weapons. Then it's a ignorant statement to assume that I do. It's ridiculous.
All right, let's get it. I want to get more people triggered. So let's get it. All right. So before I start, I'm going to say I apologize. Yeah, I apologize to you guys. You lot should already know the motto of Titans TV is thought-provoking media. I'm here to provoke you, okay? And I know I'm not going to intellectually provoke some of you guys, so I'll do it emotionally and get you guys triggered. So let's get it. All right. So Mango Tango says, Brit Girl, do you think Islam has brought any benefits to the West?
Do I think what? Islam? No.
Short and sweet answer.
No, I don't see that Islam's brought anything of any good to anywhere in the world, to be honest, if I'm being perfectly honest. What?
See,
what is it? Tell me, what has it brought?
This is the same question that they asked me, and I answered it the same way you answered it. And I believe there's Facebook groups that's literally berated me for the last week or so. All right. Do you think all political parties are infiltrated by elites?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, just yeah. I think that's pretty obvious. So yeah, we have to stop looking at each other as the enemy. This is the thing. And all this arguing and fighting, and we're not each other's enemy. We've never been each other's enemy. Our enemy's the bloody government who tells us we're each other's enemy. Black and white, we're not each other's enemy. I've seen people going on about reparations in the comments. No, I don't think you're owed reparations because nothing happened to you. You've been through nothing. Nothing happened to you. Nothing happened to your parents. Nothing happened to your grandparents. And quite honestly, the fact that you all denied the fact that it was black people selling you to the white people, it just pisses me off. It's the hypocrisy of it all. All this race hatred being stirred up like white people are the enemy. We're not the enemy. Where do you think the word slave comes from? Slavic, white people. We were the first to be enslaved in our millions. The Barbary slave trade, the amount of Irish slaves who were carted over to America. So all this slave shit pisses me right off. You're not victims, you're not oppressed. You grow up in the same culture we do. You get the same education we do. You get the same opportunities we do. There is no barrier to anyone going to university in England. None, other than your own aptitude. Don't blame white people for something that happened hundreds of years ago. We have paid billions and billions and billions in foreign aid over the year. We've repaid everything. No, nothing happened to you. You don't deserve reparations. There's no race war. There's no black versus white. It's the government. Grow up and get off your ass and get a job, basically.
I listen.
Triggered. Wow, wow, wow.
Hey, listen. Hey, I already know, yeah, it's gonna be peak for the next week or two. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, if you disagree with,
I can still hear you. I'm just couldn't hear you.
No problem. If you disagree with what Brit Girl is saying, okay, yeah, I'm giving you guys the opportunity, yeah, to come on, okay, to come on in a little while. You could have your say, you could answer questions. Of course, we're not doing a debate, okay, so don't be in your feelings if I only allot you one question to ask and then move on from there, okay? This is what we're gonna do. Right now, Brit Girl is the star of the show. She is the titan, the reigning titan on Titans TV. So all of the time is going to be spent upon her. You are merely somebody who's coming on as a guest to ask a question. So don't try to hijack the show when I do open it up to you guys, okay? But this is going to get real interesting. All right. So now, Saracen. I got my brother Saracen that wants to come on as well. It's going to be a very interesting show. Okay, so black people don't work now. No, I don't think she meant it in that.
No, I didn't mean it like that. The ones who are always shouting about reparations are the ones who don't work. They're the ones who are on welfare. They are the ones who seem to think that the world owes them a living, the ones who seem to mistake self-responsibility for the government is your daddy. These are the people I'm talking about. There's a very distinct difference between these people who perpetual victims. I can't stand perpetual victims. People who look to be oppressed. I've never known anything like it. People want to be oppressed. I'm a woman. I've never been oppressed a day in my life. I'm not unequal to men. I've never been unequal to men. I happen to like men a lot more than I like women because I think women are absolute bitches. I've worked with men for the last 18 years, mostly in 90% male-dominated roles. I worked in security for 16 years. So I've never been oppressed. I've never been undervalued. I've never been treated any differently because I don't look to be offended. People who look to be offended will find offence. I'm not your enemy. Nobody's your enemy. And stop looking to be oppressed all the fucking time. It's ridiculous. I've never known anything like it. I want to be oppressed. Well, you're not. It's ridiculous.
All right. Let's do this. Okay, family. What I'm actually going to do is post up. Okay, I'm going to post up the link. Okay, it's in the comment section right now. If you would like to join us, okay, I want to get you guys, heard your views. So please come on. But before that, there is a protest coming up this Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
Would you, give our audience some more information about that and why it's so important to actually attend?
This is where I'm going to get a battering in the comments. You cheeky. This is for Tommy Robinson, and free speech and democracy. And it doesn't matter whether you agree with Tommy Robinson or what he says or what he does, but everyone should care about free speech. Everyone. Absolutely everyone. Free speech is the absolute cornerstone of foundation of any civilized society. Freedom of the press. Tommy Robinson was a journalist, and regardless of whether you like him or not, nobody deserves 13 months in prison for reporting on a rape trial. And the very fact that the only things he reported had already been reported in the mainstream media, all he did was read from the BBC and the Sky News pages. So it had already been reported. So all this stuff that he could have wrecked the case had already finished. This was there for sentencing. He'd already been convicted. And to get 13 months in prison for basically speaking the truth and reporting what the mainstream media refuses to and hiding up the crimes that are happening is abhorrent. So yes, it's going to be quite magnificent. There's Geert Wilders coming over. There's an American Senate who's coming over. There's quite a lot of big names who are coming for this. This isn't about Tommy Robinson. This is about free speech. This is about the underpinning of our society. Because without free speech, you can't question anything. If they take away one person's free speech, they're coming for yours next. So it doesn't matter whether you agree with what people say, you should damn well defend their right to say it, always, because once that goes, so does society.
Indeed. And this is what Times TV is about. It's about giving all of our, family. I call you guys my family, I hope you realize it. It's to give all our families the freedom of speech, okay? To give you guys the opportunity to say what's actually on your mind without being too offensive, of course, without being too offensive. We like inflammatory, but not too offensive, okay? So let's get it. What I'm going to do, okay, because I'm not too sure if all of you guys got the link posted in the comment section, okay? I'm actually going to post it inside of the description box, and it will be there literally in the next 10 seconds. But for now, okay?
Just an observation.
Sorry?
Muslims wonder why people don't like him. The only people I can see being vitriolic in the comments is Muslim. Everyone's called for saying this or something that. You're vitriolic and hateful. Everything. Are you done sucking his cock? Is he your daddy, Kalam? I mean, grow the fuck up. Have you got an opinion other than vitriolic, childish insults? You wonder why everyone hates. It's just hate and vitriolic hate. You've got nothing to add to society when you can't converse, you can't have a dialogue, and all you can do is insult someone. You've got nothing to add to society. Just go off and watch a cat video somewhere, please.
All right. So we're going to get one of our controversial... Oh, Miss KK is in the building as well. All right. We're going to get one of our controversial guests to actually come on. Okay. We're going to get one of our controversial guests to come on, or controversial titans to come on. And that's my brother, Saracen. Okay? Saracen, long time no see. How you doing?
Oh man, it's a hot one today. It's a hot show today, baby. How you doing? You alright, bro?
I'm well, man. I'm well, man. How are you?
Hello, Brit girl.
Hello,
Hope you're
how
well.
are you? I
Yeah,
don't like
good.
it when I can't see someone's face. That's why I don't
All
like
good.
the niqab.
What's that? You don't like the what?
Niqab.
Oh yeah, no, me and you
Oh,
both.
yeah.
Yeah, me and you both. I'm on your side. The thing is, Brit girl, I agree with a lot of stuff that you say. I think that you make some really, really good points. But I do think that you've got some half truths in there, and I'm going to be very real with you. I'm going to just speak to you and how I've got to be real. So with Tommy Robinson, for example, I think he's the master of media. I think the guy is people dismiss him, but I think ever. I think he knows how to use the media. I think he's
Show me
mixed his
someone
hot.
in the media who doesn't know. Show me
No,
somebody.
there is people. So I think I'm speaking a little bit loud because my wife is telling me to put the volume down. So yeah, there you go. Muslim women do have a lot of say nowadays. My question to you though is obviously I love your name, Brit Girl. Can you just tell me the British values, the 5 British values?
Freedom, democracy, the right to live without being told what you can say, what you can do, what you can wear, where you can
That's
go.
not values.
These are my values. This is what I stand for. I'm not. What you
Okay.
stand for is what you stand for. I talk about what I stand for.
Okay, well, I was just talking about the government values that are agreed upon, the 5 values, which is democracy, rule of law, individual liberty, mutual respect, tolerance for others.
Nigger,
So,
nigger,
we get trolls in here.
nigger, faggot, niggers.
That's the problem.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, this is what happens. Unfortunately, when we share the link, this is what happens. So we need to hurry up the show. Let's get it. Continue, Saracen.
I just want to know, my grandfather fought in the war. He fought at Dunkirk. He's got one of the highest accolades for an Indian soldier for saving his battalion. My family have contributed to this country. Would you consider me British?
Yes, I would. If you identify as British and you would fight for you see yourself as British first and Muslim second, then yes, I would see you as British.
I don't see myself as anything first or second. I see, that's what I don't fall into those categories, or I'm Muslim first, or I'm male first, or I'm British first. I think that's a way of dividing. I feel that I can have multiple identities and not feel the need to justify what I feel. Yeah.
Like niggers.
What have you done, Kalam?
Niggers.
Well, Kalam, I'm going to let you. The trolls kind of spoiling the show.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. All right. So this is what I'm going to do right now. I can't see anything else. So yeah, there is some problems taking place with the chat section right now. My chat section is, turning off and coming back on again. So if that's happening with you guys as well, please just refresh your screens and hopefully that will solve the problem. Okay. And I apologize with the trolls. Unfortunately, guys, if you guys would like to support us at Titans TV, yeah, simply email us, okay, to say, or Facebook us that you would like to actually have the link. Okay, if you guys keep doing this, if you can keep emailing me or messaging me to let me know you would like the link, it will kind of limit the trolls actually appearing on here. Okay, so please, if you would like the link in the future, email me or Facebook me. Okay. Wow, we got Free State UK in the building as well. God. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get everybody on to actually ask their questions. Okay. So one question. Okay. I'm only gonna allot you guys just one question, and then we're gonna move person. If there's more time afterwards, we will entertain more dialogues. Okay. So let's get it.
Are you a nigger? Are you a nigger? Are you a nigger? Are you black? Are you...
Apologies, family. Apologies. Okay. So I'm going to start off with Buddha. Buddha, if you have a question for Brit Girl, please ask away.
Yes. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, I mostly agree with Brit Girl. Hello, Brit Girl.
Hi.
I've heard what you've said in regards to immigration. What I'd like you to do now is maybe give us some sort of solution as to the situation with immigration at the moment. So, i.e., what would you do with the immigrants that are in the country now, and how would you go about stopping over immigration?
Well, obviously, the first thing we've got to do is close the borders to anyone who isn't genuinely actually fleeing war, who isn't a genuine actual asylum seeker. The only people we should be taking in are those people who are in the asylum camps waiting patiently to be given asylum, having followed the rule of law.
Yes, I understand that, but how do we as people do that? Because that's the
But we
government.
can't do anything. We can't. Obviously, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do, is there? It's all down to the government, and the government is corrupt. So, and it's while we all sit and chat and everything, there is genuinely nothing any of us can do. So, it's all just hearsay and chatting. And
Hitler did 9/11. Hitler did 9/11. Niggers. Niggers. Fuck.
grow up. I mean, seriously.
Kalam, can you consider another show? Kalam is just going to spoil. We can't have a show like this, bro.
This is going to spoil the show. So, unfortunately, it seems though that we may just have to cut this show down.
Let people mail you. Let people message you for the link.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it another day with questions rather than all this.
These nonsense people. I apologize, family, and to the listening audience. Okay, so wow, look how many trolls are actually in. Okay, family. I'm not actually going to delete this. What I'm going to do is close this down. May have to actually bring it back a little bit. No, actually, no. If I bring it back, you're going to miss out on all of the wonderful, questions and comments that's been going on. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to actually have to shut down the show, unfortunately, because we tried our very best, okay, to get people on here to share their views, okay, but we have immature people that love to, troll Titans TV. I apologize, okay, family. I apologize for the inconvenience. If any of you guys actually have any questions, okay, Jesse, you know what, yeah? You know what? I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to close down the show. So, family, I apologize once more. I'll see you.
A new link, maybe?
Yeah. And I'll see you guys a little bit later on. Peace and love, family. Peace and love.